Today's episode of My Worst Date is brought to you by Audible.
Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/myworstdate.
Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Cheers!
Chuck's outside. Stay there. But it's been such a fucking crazy long week.
Dude.
Of doing fucking nothing once again.
It has been a long week. This week, I remember, like on Tuesday, I was like, "This is the longest week of my life." And it was like Tuesday.
It makes me think
You're
of
like,
that
"This
30
Friday."
Rock.
Yeah, I was like, "What a week, huh?" I was like, "Lemon, it's Wednesday." Yeah, that's kind of how I felt, man. Like
That is how I felt too.
I was having like mad anxiety, like mad bad anxiety, like couldn't sleep, panic attack anxiety this week.
Girl, I got Xanax. Just give me a call.
Dude, I don't know, but you know what? Like taking meds gives me more anxiety.
Oh,
like,
Xanax does that too? I have
no.
Like 0.5.
It's not that the Xanax does it.
0.25.
It's that like I get in my head about like taking things, and
Oh,
then
mine's
that
real
gives me
low.
anxiety.
Oh. I'm like,
But
I
you know
should
what?
give you a couple just to... here's my thing. I have them, so it always curbed my anxiety before. Well, now I take Lexapro, so that curbs my anxiety.
Oh, there you go.
But
There you
just
go.
having like a Xanax prescription that I would have with me, I'd have like a couple of them on hand if I ever needed them.
You know what?
And
I wouldn't
I never-
mind
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
like a half one.
It's a
you know,
0.25.
like-
It is a half one.
Yeah.
So just so you know, like
wouldn't mind
it is
that.
like a half one. Like it's a half of a half. Like, you know, it's the
if it would
lowest
help me
dose.
sleep, that would be awesome.
You should try it. It is, but Xanax is one of those things, just like a lot of drugs, like the more you take it, the more your body gets used to it. So
Oh,
it's
you gotta,
not
like,
something
up
you
your
can take
dosage. Right.
progressively. You can take it like, I only have it around for like, oh my God, I'm about to have a fucking panic attack.
Yes.
Like I did that day when I
Yeah.
was in the fucking airport and I'm like fucking sweating
Yes.
and like about to cry and like losing my shit.
Yeah.
So it's good for that because it cuts that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'd need, because I don't have like super anxious episodes all the time.
Right.
Like
Not
it's just
often.
like every now and again I'm like, oh, this whole week everything makes me like sweat and
That's what
shake.
I do the edibles for.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
That's
That actually gives me anxiety. Edibles and well, weed in general anymore gives me anxiety.
I do again, like you, the lowest mine. It's like
Sure.
the 5 milligrams. Those chocolate covered
Teeny
coffee
tiny. Oh,
beans.
that's right.
Right.
Oh, they're the best. I got on
Oh,
them
that's
too.
right. Yeah.
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 Yeah, they're just perfect for insomnia.
Yeah.
They don't get you high or whatever. They just
Right.
like knock me out. I'm like,
Good
I'm out.
night.
Goodbye.
But no, I'm
Bye-bye.
super stoked to be like hanging out with you girls too. Like
I know.
Ugh.
No.
Man, it feels like I'm just clawing towards the weekend. Like
Yeah.
every week, and I'm like, oh, as soon as I'm out of work on Friday, I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
Breathe
That was
again.
definitely this
Breathe
week. I was
again.
running around and then I was like, well, I'm going to see Captain on the weekend. So like, it's fine. I caved and I was like, oh, I'm going to be over in your neck of the woods tonight. If you
Just in
Soups
case
Cash
you
want
like-
to grab
Wanna
a drink
chill.
or dinner.
Did you?
Whatever.
Good. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I like it.
It was nice. We had like a really, really, really amazing time last weekend, and fuck it, yeah. I wanted to see him again.
Yeah.
I
Nothing
went-
wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm good for it. So I had not an interview, but I had a meeting this week with an agency. My friend Mikey had suggested his agent to me, and it's a cool little boutique agency, you know, for hairstylists and artists and things like that. And so I met with him and it was a good meeting. It's just, you know, I don't have a lot of the same, I have a lot of background doing like commercial work, editorial work and things like that, but I don't have like a celebrity client list. I mean, I have a few people
Yeah,
that
but
I've
you know
done,
what?
but it's not like,
I fucking hate that about this industry, because it's the same for actors, and it's just like, okay, but how are you supposed to get that without an agent? You know what
we
I mean?
talked about that too, and that's the thing. You know, like we were like really like, hey, you know, I'm willing to put my, you know, my reputation on the line to do some stuff to like get my, you know, and you know, that's the thing. It's like she, you know, even she said, she's like, you know, if Michael's busy on another thing and one of his regular clients is like needs somebody, it's great because he already recommends you, you know,
right.
You know, you know that there's similar in attitude, you have a similar aesthetic, you have a similar styling capabilities. So, you know, but I'm like, I'm willing to do that, whatever it takes to put my reputation out there.
Yeah.
So at any rate, it was a good meeting.
Fingers crossed.
I don't know. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We'll
knocking on all the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny story though about that is that their offices are in Malibu. Super cute. But I went out to Malibu and I stopped at a gas station and I went into the gas station and got like a bottle of water and some gum and stuff before my meeting. And this guy was like looking at all my tattoos. He's like, "Oh, you got a lot of tattoos." I'm like, "Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're so observant. Thank you."
Cool. And he's like, "Oh, you know, like trying to chat me up about my tattoos." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, cool. Thanks."
Like,
you know.
bro, it's an Arco.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Exactly. Thank you.
Enough.
But he's like, "Oh, I did a photo book." And he was kind of like a cool, like kind of artist looking older man with like kind of really rad, like shaped frame. So he's like we're in Malibu. He's kind of like a beach bummy, kind of like, not bummy. Like, he looks like he's got money.
Yeah. I am so cynical about everyone though. I'm like, why are you talking to me? Immediately, I'm like, what do you want?
But like, he's like, "Oh, I did this really cool book with where I did like these photos of like, you know, artwork and tattoo art and all that stuff. And so I would like to share with you," because he's like, "Hey, let me grab one for you." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And I was like, I didn't see him. And I walked out and he was like, "Oh," and he came running over to give me this book. "Please peruse."
Oh, no.
Flesh as canvas. First of all, let's talk about the word flesh. And how
being
creepy
handed
that word
something that says that on it by a stranger at a gas station.
The first picture is a big burly tattooed guy with a handlebar mustache with a chihuahua in his front fucking pocket. Look at that.
I'm not even mad about the chihuahua.
No.
Oh no, the chihuahua's cute as fuck.
Here's the thing I will say. Like the idea seems great, but there are a couple people in there with loincloths on. It's different.
I don't know.
It's unique.
Okay. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the naked people.
And then there's that. And then that's just full on dick and balls out. And
I have to say that this is a naked couple, and both of them have, you know, all the sensitive areas pierced.
Is that his mom? Because she looks significantly older than him.
I'm not okay. I'm hoping that it's just like a Harold and Maude situation.
I think it's the haircut that makes her look older, because actually her face doesn't look that old. But I think she has her clit gauged. I think there's a gauge in there.
It's a lot.
That looks painful.
Oh, wow.
So question, guys.
I need like glasses or something.
How do you feel about piercings? I had a really awkward situation one time, and the first time I saw of Prince Albert was some guy you worked with trapped me in the back room and showed me his Prince Albert.
Well, that's assault.
That was awkward and uncalled for.
That's assault. That shouldn't happen.
I don't understand what's going on with her vagina.
I love how close you had to get to it. You're like all
honestly,
up in it.
You should get one of those teeny tiny like
magnifying. I need like a monocle or something.
Like the thing that they do with like jewelry.
With jewelry.
Yes, exactly.
Well, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot.
So how do you guys feel about piercings in general? Like, I obviously have my nose pierced.
I've had my nose pierced 3 times.
Yeah.
And so I obviously like that. In fact, I would get my nose pierced a 4th time if I could feel confident that it wouldn't keloid on me like it has done.
Oh, keloiding. Yeah.
Yeah. I like piercings in general. Yeah. Now, me personally, do what makes you happy. Yeah. Like, listen, I don't care. Do what makes you happy.
Have you ever been with anybody that had like a genital piercing?
No, and I wouldn't do it myself either.
I don't know that I would be opposed to it. I just never have. And at this point, I'm like, I'm 41. Is now the time that you go get like your fucking hood pierced?
I mean, sure.
Is now the time?
If that's a thing you've wanted to do, I'd be like, go for it.
I always thought it would be cool to get my nipples pierced. And I thought about it hard and heavy for the longest time.
Everyone I know who's done it says it hurts like a mother. They say they like it.
So fucking sensitive. Yeah. Anyway, and it's so weird. Like, here's my weirdest. Okay, so here's my weird hole that I'm going to go down. I really want to get my nipples pierced for the longest time. And then I really thought about it after I got my boobs done. But then I was like, what if it gets infected and fucks up my implants.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Oh no. My God.
Is that weird?
No, literally? Are you kidding me? I would think the same thing.
My boobs hurt just thinking about
it. It doesn't hurt. It's like the nipples like twinged.
Yes,
they like cringed.
Yes,
they were like
same. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a phantom pain.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that either.
Right?
And you know, people,
I mean, they're probably not going to get infected. This is probably like a weird fucking
and
thing.
if you went to like a really good place and like had an open conversation about like what your concerns were, I'm sure they could give you information
Literally,
about
we'll never
that.
do it now because of that. But I always wanted to.
I always wanted to get the little
septum. I've had that done. I had my septum done for a while.
I had the Monroe for a minute.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had. Yeah, you can still, I think, see the scar. Everybody our age had belly button piercings.
Not me.
Really? I wanted
one. I don't get any.
Congratulations on
I wanted one. I wanted a belly button piercing.
I did too, but
yes.
I don't really I don't have like a deep innie, which I feel like
I have a deep belly button.
I don't, and I have like I told you, we've shown belly buttons before. I have a flatty, like it's just like
it's not an outie or an innie. It's just straight down.
Flat.
Yeah, I have a innie, and I like my stomach, so I was like, I kind of want to do it.
Yeah,
but
I rocked that belly piercing. I had different things.
I remember you having your.
I had a belly button pierced for a while.
Yeah,
and I had the tramp stamp. I was good to go.
You were full on Britney Spears toxic, like all the way.
You're like with my Zima.
Yeah,
walking around with your Seagrams.
Oh my God, yes,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never wanted to get my nipples pierced. I've never wanted to get like my clit pierced. I never wanted to get any of that done.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just feel like it would hurt too much for me. Like,
I had my eyebrow pierced for a while.
Yeah. That's one you don't see very much anymore.
Yeah. I had it for a while. And then when I was in the hospital with Josh, they had to cut it out. Cut the ring, not me.
Ooh. Oh dear.
I had to go into an emergency surgery and they couldn't get it out. It was wild. Anyway. But that was, eyebrow ring.
Yeah,
that was
I feel like
thing. That was like a thing for a while.
It was
like,
a big thing. And whenever I was in high school, it was the Monroe and like lip piercings, like the snake bites too, like on either side. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or what was that called? A labrae or
like right underneath, like
the one middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or what's the one like an angel kiss, or the one that goes through your lip? Did you ever see that one? It's like on the bottom of your lip through the middle of your lip.
Mm-hmm.
Those were all a lot of mouth centered piercings were big in the early 2000s.
Like, I feel like piercings just aren't popular anymore.
Chris had a tongue ring when I met him.
Oh, everybody had tongue rings back in the day.
I feel like nose related rings are popular right now. Like I see a lot of girls with septums.
Had my nose pierced forever.
Yeah. And I would still have, honestly, I've had it pierced 3 times. I would still have it pierced if I didn't have such a problem with getting keloids. Like, I would still have, I love the way it looks. I think about getting it done all the time.
You know what I think about doing? Going to a place and getting like a fake one. Just being.
I have a fake one.
If you want a septum ring, I have some fake ones.
Yeah, exactly. I totally do.
I have some fake septums at home too.
I just have a crooked ass nose. I realized when I put
really?
those in, and I'm like,
this doesn't look as good as I thought.
One out. The actual one that hurt like fucking shit.
Did it hurt a lot to get your septum?
Dude, it hurt real bad.
Really?
And I remember being like kind of being like holding my shit down, being like, breathing
I get
in.
Sweaty.
And
I get sweaty.
I was like, and then I was like, ooh, it just pissed me off. I was like, I'm gonna fucking punch somebody. Like it was like that. Like that's how the adrenaline hit me.
Yeah.
Just tears rolling down my eyes. You know what I mean? Like, but just.
Well, that solidifies that I'll never do that. I mean, like my nose piercings didn't hurt at all, like at all.
Yeah. Well, my regular. Yeah. And I did my first nose piercing with
Don't you dare say stud. You did it yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then I pierced the top of my ear with like a fucking safety pin.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
I am too fucking scared of infection to do that shit to myself. Yeah. There was a girl in my middle school.
You burn the end and then you get it with like alcohol. You're totally good, man.
No, especially not if you're fucking stoned. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. But there was a girl in my middle school who pierced her own belly button, but she pierced the wrong side. Like she pierced the bottom. Like you pierced the top. Oh she pierced the bottom. And I was just like, honey, I'm gonna spit out my mouth.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Dear.
Yeah, that's intense.
Right.
Well,
Hashtag edgy.
We've all cut our own bangs. right?
Yes.
I still do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Well, you are a
okay.
professional.
I'm licensed.
Listen.
You can.
Licensed to kill.
Yes, I have
The
cut my own
bangs.
bangs. I have bleached my own hair.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
Never
I
do that.
relaxed.
It was bad.
I relaxed my own hair.
How much
Also
did you have
bad.
left?
There is photographic evidence of me. I believe it is my sophomore year.
Oh my God, this
of
isn't the
high
bowl cut
school.
one.
It is the bowl
Oh,
cut because it
no.
all fell off, and so I look like little Lord Fauntleroy.
Oh no!
My sophomore year of high school. My little
Your little Dutch
bowl
boy
cut.
hat. Oh no!
It wasn't even a Dorothy Hamill. It was just like I looked like the
Oh,
fucking
no.
prince from Shrek.
Oh, Farquaad. You had a
Lord
Farquaad.
Farquaad.
Oh, no.
You were Lord.
No, guys, listen. I'll have my
Which,
mom.
by the way, is that like are they trying to say Lord Fuckwad? Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
My innocent little brain never ever thought of that ever. I was like, I don't know. But no, there's definitely photographic evidence. I'll have my mom try and find it because I had curly bangs that actually didn't look that bad, except for that I didn't part them right. Like, but the bangs themselves didn't look bad, so I just wore headbands all the time to hide
perfect.
my
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
But I had curly bangs and purple hair at the same time,
Oh.
and it was
a lot.
soups bad because I like didn't bleach it correctly, so it was like real patchy and like there were like
Yep.
dark spots, and so then when I put the Manic Panic over it like didn't absorb into every spot evenly. So there's
No.
definitely photographic evidence of that out
And you
there.
were like,
That's
all
yikes.
set for the My Chemical Romance show.
Amen. 110%. I was just like, I'm gonna go ahead
Oh my
and put
God.
on my tie and my suspenders.
Yes.
And
oh my God, you
Dickies.
just took me to Hot Topic.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I lived in Hot Topic.
Wow.
I lived there.
Listen, Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. 100%. Avril Lavigne was
Listen.
like my
Hey,
style icon.
why you gotta
How
go and make
much-
things so complicated?
That's
How
so
much
fun.
eyeliner can I put on my eyes?
Listen, I did the Manic Panic back in the day. My first foray into wild color was Electric Sunshine.
Oh, you remember the name?
Oh yeah, girl.
Amazing.
It was for Lollapalooza.
Was it yellow?
Yeah, it's like the brightest, most intense, like neon yellow. And I didn't bleach my hair, so I just put it over top of my normal kind of blondish hair, and it was like, oh, okay. So you like I like just took some pieces like where it was lightest and like highlighted it. with,
Oh,
like, a
dear.
highlighter.
Do y'all remember Sunnin?
Oh,
Sunnin, I
dude.
used Sunnin. Sunnin
Dude.
turned my hair red.
Orange.
Dude.
Yeah.
Orange.
Yes.
Full orange as the day is long.
My mom wouldn't let me like dye it at that time.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I
Oh,
was
no.
like, that's what you did
No,
if you
that's
couldn't
exactly
you
right.
dye
Literally
your hair.
just, like, it's like,
yeah, all over.
Oh,
all
everywhere.
over. My hair,
Everywhere.
it turned it
What
like
the
red.
fuck
yeah.
were we thinking?
Oh my God, I
mean,
we
know.
were hot.
The damage we probably did.
That and the level of embarrassing shit application like of like self tanner that I used to
Oh,
see.
see,
Ooh.
yeah, no, I
Where the
didn't.
never
webbing,
did that.
the webbing in your fingers
Yes.
is like orange.
Orange. You just oompa loompas all over that goddamn junior high.
Well, it was really popular. Again, like I lived in middle school. I lived in like a small town. It was like 3,000 people in Southwest Missouri. And these girls, there were probably 2 tanning places in this town.
Oh
Like,
my God!
tanning bed,
Don't try
like,
to get a place
places.
before prom.
Oh my God. I know. You better,
You better
have
know
made that
someone.
reservation
Yeah.
months in advance.
you don't know, you better ask somebody.
That was such
right.
a weird time whenever people just wanted to be like a snooky
So
orange.
I am like an olive complected person. I fucking went tanning all the time in high school. Like my
You're
junior,
a goddamn
senior year.
biracial angel.
I know, and I would go fucking. I was like, everybody's going tanning. I'll go tanning. I went tanning
I mean,
all the time.
no joke.
So
I felt
stupid.
I felt left out that I wasn't
Tell-
tanning because I
tell-
didn't feel like I could go because I'm like they're gonna laugh me out of the tanning place. I can't. I don't belong there. They know it. But also, everyone else is going tanning.
right.
You know what? The early 2000s were not kind to black girls in general because.
Shit.
Because
When were they kind?
Are they kind now?
Name a time.
because okay, you know what else was popular in that time period? The shortest, smallest, low-rise jeans
Oh my god.
ever, where
Oh,
like
yeah.
the zipper was literally an inch and a half.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
and like
that-
if you had an ass at all.
At all.
Any ass.
Yeah.
You couldn't. I had a pair and they
It
were
was
like
literally like the size of a napkin.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I had a pair and they were literally like the Britney Spears ones that had like the leather like string in the front that like tied.
Oh yeah.
And like you
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to see like
I may or may not have had a
basically
couple of
all
them.
of your vagina, essentially.
Yes.
You better make sure your grooming is on point. On point.
And
'Cause
you don't
would
mind if people
sneeze.
see your ass.
You would sneeze and a pube would come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lip would fall out. You're
Yeah.
like, God damn it.
Oh my god. Well, you guys, we should totally like fuck, marry, kill something
We
from
should
the
introduce ourselves
2000s.
first.
Oh, I suppose.
Yes.
This is My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
And I'm Christina.
Hi.
Oh my God. Somebody posted on our, I think, oh God, I can't remember her name. She'll know. Maxine, I think maybe. Posted on Twitter. She was like, this is my worst date. Or this.
It was like,
episode-
Cassie,
Yeah.
this episode is brought to you by me, Audible. I thought that was funny because Anthony says that like all the time. Like he's like says it along with the episode.
Yeah.
Guys, we are going to record new ads at some
We're
point.
sorry.
I swear to God.
We've actually, the problem is that we have been super lazy on getting out and looking for new
Sponsors. I know. So
yeah. But those ads still work. So if you want
If you do, I
You're
mean,
still on Audible.
we are still sponsored by Audible.
I mean, and you know what,
So-
guys, listen, if you want an update, I did finally listen to The Witch Elm. And not as good as I thought, to be honest. Like, so if you're gonna go with Tana French, maybe pick one of the other books to start with. But yeah,
so funny.
Maybe
You've been
try-
talking about that book
I
for
know.
literally
I
like
know.
a fucking year now.
we have to record new ads.
Okay.
okay.
We hear it. We will. We hear it. We see
hear
it.
you. We see you.
We acknowledge
acknowledge
you.
you.
Totally gonna do
Listen.
it.
We're here for it.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay, where were you going with your Justin Timberlake?
I don't know. I was like,
noodle
I was
ramen
like
hair.
totally in like a
2000s.
hot topic.
Ooh, hot topic,
mood.
guys.
So
Yeah,
like,
I think we have to
let's
go
think of
emo-
hot topic, guys.
Emo,
Emo-y
like,
hot topic,
Pop
guys.
punk bands.
Yeah, because of course you can have like Green Day.
Yeah,
So you can
great.
go
We could just
Billy-
do bands if we wanted. We could do
Oh.
Green Day. We could do My Chemical Romance.
Let's do dudes. Let's do.
You want to
peeps.
do dudes? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's gonna be harder for me to make the thing.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. Yes.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
point.
Like,
Okay, we
who
could
are
do
the
Billy
hot topic boys.
Billy Joe Armstrong
Yeah,
Yeah.
Billy Joe Armstrong
from
Yeah.
Green Day because they had a renaissance in the
Yeah.
early 2000s. They were more of a 90s band, and they came out
Yeah.
with American Idiot, and then everyone my age was like, "Fucking yeah."
Yeah. No, I remember because like I graduated in 2000 and that fucking song that
Time
had,
of Your Life.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
they played it
God.
a million times,
unpredictable.
and I was like, I want to murder everyone.
I wanna
It was
murder
like our
that song.
prom theme, it was our graduation theme, and I was like, is this the time of our life? Because that's fucking
It was the-
pathetic. If it
every
was
wedding from that high school that year.
yeah, yes. It's terrible.
We got married that same year. Hope you have the time
Yeah.
of your
Oh my
life.
God, Jesus Christ!
So sorry for everyone who now has that song stuck in their head.
The most emo thing for me is The Cure. I fucking love The Cure.
That's not
So
early
hard.
2000s, though.
I know,
but we
I know
could
it's not the
go
right
just
timeline,
emo
but
guys.
I just think emo.
If you wanna go
That's
emo
just
guys.
the first thing I think of is
Yeah.
The Cure.
Yeah.
But no, we can go 2000s.
Yeah.
I like Billy Joe.
Yeah, because then you
Look at
also
that.
have the
Gerard Way,
Who's
that's
the lead singer of My Chemical Romance,
that?
who I loved
Who's
you do love him.
deeply. Yeah.
Very. You still do.
who's-
I do.
I'm not gonna lie.
Brohim with, I was gonna say with the dark hair, but everybody
Which
had
one?
seen hair back then. Shit. Pete Wentz.
Pete Wentz.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Fall Out
totally.
Boy.
Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out
Jesus.
Boy Hottie, who was in that band because he was the hot one. Because like he had no business being the most famous. He was the
Wasn't he-
bass player, but like
Was he
Oh,
with
okay, but
Ashley
he's
sorry,
Simpson?
but he was hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was married to Ashley Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
who was the lead singer then?
Do you know who he was in a
cares?
band with? He was in a band with that dude face
Yeah.
that I went out
Oh,
with.
that is not.
Do you remember?
Oh, that dude face heroin. Dude
Yeah.
face?
No,
Druggie.
not that guy.
Oh.
It was the dude that came to somebody's birthday party randomly. Remember with me,
Yeah.
where I was like, "Hey, look, I just met this guy."
Did he come to my
Yes,
show?
that dude face. Rich dude face.
Yeah.
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 He was in a band with him?
Yeah.
With Pete Wentz?
Yeah.
Oh, the hisser.
No.
Yeah. No.
No.
God damn.
Boy,
Okay,
man, I got too many.
Kind of short. They made out, or they kind of were making googly eyes over at the Oaks for a while, sitting in the bar. Remember that?
He came to somebody's thing, which
Yeah,
was
it was a birthday party.
very unlike me because I had
No.
just met him that day. And I was like,
and then we went out for drinks,
Yes.
and it
Yeah.
was weird because it was
Yeah.
just the three of
Yeah.
us.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I recall now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that was a long journey.
Wow, it really
So
was.
we got
I'm so
Pete
sorry
Wentz,
to all the listeners right now. Like, so sorry to you guys that we took you on that ride.
know.
So Billy
I'll
Joe?
trim it somewhere.
Billy Joe Armstrong,
Uh-huh.
Pete Wentz.
Yeah.
And Gerard Way.
Oh, Gerard Way. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, this one's
I need
tough.
to look what he looks like. Will you send me a picture?
Yeah.
A picker?
Let's look.
Will you send me a
Let's
picture?
look
I
at
know what
pics.
I'm going to do, I think. But yeah, let me pull it up.
You know, I think
Pull it up from the 2000s.
this is going to surprise some people that know me. And
Okay.
especially if my ex still listens, he might actually, this might prompt a phone call. That's how surprising this
You're
will be.
like, bring, bring. Oh, okay. Yeah, he looks like Jack White, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Oh, he
and
is- I
say
like that.
that I would
He looks like he's got
marry
feelings.
Billy Joe
Yep.
Armstrong.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
That is, I don't like Green Day. I don't.
Really?
I never have.
Okay.
I've
I liked
never liked
early
them.
Green Day.
I liked American Idiot. I had it on CD.
I really hated that album. Really hated Dookie.
So
I hated like all of it, and
Yeah.
was never into it.
That
How-
man's loyal, though. He's been with the
Ever.
same girl since like high school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He loyal. And, you know, he's a good businessman. He got a
Yeah.
lot of fucking flack for being a quote unquote sellout, but guess who doesn't care when she's chilling in fucking Malibu?
Chilling the
That
millions.
wife. Yeah, that
Chilling
wife
in
don't
the
She
care.
don't care at all.
Nope.
You go sing, baby. Go sing. Like, it's
And their
just fine.
relationship seemed really cute. There was like
And,
some
yeah.
special on VH1 back when American Idiot was huge, and like he's really sweet with her. Like
Oh, that's
they're
Right.
sweet with each other.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, gonna marry him. I'm gonna fuck Pete Wentz.
I mean, yeah.
He's hot.
Yeah, he's
And
got
it's
big
gonna-
dick energy.
Real big dick energy. He has to.
But
'Cause
you know, that is one. He's a fuckboy. Like that's when
He's
you fuck
totally-
because he's probably
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
He's
a
probably
fuckboy.
insufferable.
Right.
Like,
Oh,
in
God.
life. You know,
Especially
he
because he
is.
was the hottest one in the
He
band.
was the hottest one, and you know, he's
Yeah.
just like, you know, I'm in Fall Out Boy, right? And I'm just like, you're the
You don't have
bass
to tell
player.
anybody.
He probably says
You don't have to
like
tell anybody.
says like words, and he's like he'll be like, you know, like, oh, this is so egregious. Like, you know what I'm saying, right? And you're like, yeah, I know what the word egregious means, dude.
Yeah.
Come on,
Calm
go.
down.
He looks like that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
person.
yeah.
Look it up
He's
in my
gonna
book.
mansplain to you.
Yeah.
Dictionary.
Yeah, look at my girl dictionary. Yeah, it's
Those
pink.
words are too big for ladies.
And then it bums me out because My Chemical Romance is actually my favorite band of those three.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm gonna kill him. And it makes me sad.
Okay,
But I think he'd kind of like it. He might write a song about it.
Oh,
If I drove
yeah,
a stake
he'd be
in
a
his
little
heart.
Most
into it.
emo
He'd
of all
be a
the
little
emo.
into
He
it.
is. He's the
Yeah.
emo-est.
But you know what?
Mhm.
I'm not usually the one who goes for the sad boy, but like
You are.
it's
Of course
just
you are.
my heart.
You have to.
I loved him so very, very much
Mm-hmm.
whenever I was like 14. That I think I've got to marry Gerard Way.
Yep. There you
Got to
go.
marry him.
Yeah.
Just I can't let go. I can't let go of it. And also he's like
Let go.
he's like super smart. Like he just that show The Umbrella Academy, he wrote that. Like
did?
yeah,
Oh, that's
like
right.
he's like
That's right.
super smart and yeah, so I'm going to marry him. Oh, this is hard because of the human beings, I think Billy Joe Armstrong is hands down the better human.
But
Yeah.
not as cute
But-
as Pete Wentz.
But probably not as good in bed as Pete Wentz.
True.
well, yeah, he's been with that same chick since high school.
So whatever
chances
she
are
likes,
he-
he's probably aces at. But
You're
everything
making
else,
just-
like, you know.
He,
So I think I'm gonna fuck Pete Wentz as well. And I'm sorry, Billy. I'm so sorry.
Pete Wentz is the dude. What's his name from Motley Crue?
Oh, Tommy Lee.
He's the Tommy Lee.
Totally 2000s Tommy
Yeah.
Lee.
He's 2000s Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I do not like Green Day either. I do think they're sellouts, and I couldn't give a fuck. it's that 90s kid in me that's like, I just can't fuck with them. They get on my nerves, and I have to kill Billy Joe. I'm probably gonna fuck Gerard though, because here's why. Hear me out.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna marry him, but hear me out on the fuck story on him, because I like to, as much as I enjoy domination and that theory, I also kind of enjoy the idea of dominating.
Yeah. No, I feel like
I feel like I could swing either way on that.
Well, it just depends on like my mood.
I feel like I would make him cry, and then I would enjoy it.
Well, and I feel like of the three of them, he would be the closest to like fucking a vampire.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there you go.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Like he's going to say some weird shit that you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Like, here, where are these teeth?
All right.
Yeah, he's going to wear his eyeliner to bed.
And then I'd whip him and I'd be like, you don't tell me what to do, bitch. Oh, too far? Okay.
I feel like he could be he'd be into like wax play or like something like that. I feel like he wants to like
wax on him, because I don't like that. That hurts.
Always
like
this is weird. I've never done it.
It burns.
It is like a weird fantasy of mine, but I totally want to slap somebody across the face.
Have you been
real
slapped?
hard?
Have you been slapped across the face?
A little bit.
Like
I have,
during?
and it's fucking hot.
It's really hot. I
Getting
like it.
slapped across the face is
Getting slapped is
kind of
hot. Yeah.
Getting your hair pulled so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down with that, but I'm like,
I bet
really
Gerard
wanna
would let
give
you slap him.
Yeah, I bet
he would
too.
Yeah.
I don't
rethinking killing him now.
I don't know. I guess I could kind of see slapping somebody with me.
But is it more satisfying to slap a Gerard or to slap a Pete Wentz?
Oh, way more
Fucking
satisfying to
Pete
slap
Wentz.
Pete. Yeah. Fucking yes.
If you could dominate, you want to
then he'll choke
dominate
you.
somebody that's not so like, you know what I mean? Like if you dominate someone
No.
Pete
Yeah,
Wentz,
I
where
would
you're
much
like,
rather-
shut up, you little bitch. And
I
just
would
slap him.
much rather
Then he'd
dominate
choke you, and you'd love that.
Pete
Yeah, I
Wentz.
do.
I would much rather dominate Pete Wentz and have Gerard Way surprise me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what if
Gerard
he's not
Way was,
meek
like,
in bed,
super-
actually? You know what I mean?
That's the hottest. When a
Yeah.
sad boy
Yeah.
is super strong in bed,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I get the
You're like, where's
biggest
this
lady
miracle
boner.
got so
strength
excited you
come from?
grabbed your microphone.
I did, because it's the important.
Because where did that miracle strength come from?
I know.
No,
and
but
it is like,
I get
turn
that.
on.
That's the sense that I get from Gerard Way. I'm like,
Yeah.
you've got some deep issues that I feel like you act all sad about until you're in the bedroom.
and then he's going to flip you over like a pancake.
Flip flop, bitch.
Exactly. Flip flop.
Wow.
Wowzers.
Yeah. So
Hey.
then I'm gonna fuck Pete Wentz and hurry up and get that over with, and
leave
There
in
you go.
shame, but enjoy it while it happens.
we're not
and
gonna talk about it.
and then never speak
Hey,
of it.
yeah. I mean, in the 90s, I might have given Tommy Lee a
Fuck yeah.
ride.
Shit, I
Dude,
might still.
No.
Dude.
You know how I feel about that dirty dick energy. Like, no, that man has
well,
contracted
they
some
make
shit.
condoms for a reason, and
That's
that
right.
reason is Tommy Lee. But
I'm not gonna risk it.
yeah. Well, you guys want to take 5, and then we'll come back with stories.
Yeah. And we're back.
All right. So I am going
One
to
time I'm
start
gonna beat you
us
at that.
off.
You better not. Don't you dare.
Shit.
Take that back right now.
Do it.
Okay, so this came into our email today, and it was a gold mine because there's not 1, not 2, but 3
That's what I like to hear.
stories
Yeah.
in one. So I'm going to read one of them. This is from Evelyn. She says, this might get really long. I have 3 bad date stories that I can remember.
Oh,
dear.
Girl, I'm with you. Yes.
Okay.
I probably have more. So if you find any or all of these worthy for the podcast, do it. You can use my name. First of all, know that I got divorced in 2001 and have had tons of dates, a few relationships, some one-night stands, and some FWBs along the way. Yes, that's 18 years. I could have created an entire new adult person by now.
Oh my God.
I fucking feel you, girl. Like, it's been 1.5 years, and I'm like, yo, I've been on many dates. I feel like a lifetime of dates.
It's like dog
And
years.
It is. It has aged me. Like, my 1 year has given me 7 extra years. I'm on like, all right. So she says, I met this guy at my local pub. He had sleeves, also about 10 years younger, I think. Sleeves like tattoos.
Yeah.
Which I think are so hot. I fucking love sleeve tattoos on a guy. Oh, so sexy. This pub was a big hangout when I was in college, kind of fading by this point. He was flirting with me, bought me a drink. I went back to my friend's house after that, and he called me that night and asked me out. Hey.
Eager beaver.
Yeah.
Tostee.
So we meet up at a popular sports bar type place. He brought a married couple with him that were friends of his. Didn't know that was happening, but okay.
No, not okay. I don't like that.
I don't either.
You need to prepare me for that shit.
For friends?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And for a married, so this is a double date.
Yeah.
Like I'm going on a double date with you.
With not only now do I have to get to know you and like impress you or
have to be
do whatever,
charming.
I have to also like
With your friends.
with your friends.
And
No.
now I
Yeah,
also
that's
think that
too
you're
much.
trying to get me to be a swinger.
Yeah. Also that. So he kept running off with the guy and then coming back.
I fucking hate that.
Cocaine.
I hate that. Like, don't expect me to have to entertain your like
your random
your friend,
married friend.
Yeah, no.
I figured he was smoking, and I don't date smokers. Now, I wonder if he was doing some sort of drug. Then we moved to another place that's open later, and he kept doing the same thing, literally leaving me there alone. Also, that's just like rude.
That's so weird.
Even if you
Super
are
rude.
That's
like,
weird.
if you're gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna head out for a smoke really quick," you know,
Yeah.
Get your ass back in here then. Like after you smoke, get your ass back in here.
I will tell you, as like dating or whatever, people are really weird about smoking. People have strong
Sure.
opinions of it, so it's almost never ever in a Tinder profile, whether people do or not.
Right.
So what's really fun is when you date a smoker, is watching throughout the date and watching them like
get antsier.
get
and antsier.
antsy,
They're getting itchy.
get antsy until they finally have to bring it up, and they're like, so
Right.
so
you care if
you care, you know, but you bring it up eventually.
Yeah.
So like, unless, and that's if you're smoking cigarettes, unless you're going off to the bathroom and doing coke or whatever.
Rails and rails of
rails
cocaine.
and rails. And honestly, if he keeps going off and doing that, that's
I
many.
feel like you're gonna
many-
figure that out.
yeah,
soon.
soon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be soups obvious. So he keeps leaving her alone. I'm sure I ran into some people that I know and chatted a bit. He was staying gone sometimes 20 to 30 minutes at a time.
I would leave. Are you kidding
Speaking
me?
of gone.
Yeah.
that me.
Is the woman who's there with her, is she there to like keep her there? Because
She
otherwise
doesn't
I'd be
say.
like,
Otherwise
deuces.
it'd be like deuces. Like 20, 30 minutes? That's an episode of fucking Friends.
Well, I mean, and how
Yeah.
long is this
Bye.
date? Because if you're going 30 minutes at a time and you're leaving like 2-3 times, that's an hour and a half. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So in the meantime, this really young guy, like 20s, I'm in my mid-late 40s at this point, starts hitting on me, buying me drinks, asking me why the other guy left me. I ended up taking him home.
Yes, ma'am.
There was kissing at the stoplights.
Yes,
I
yes.
literally just left the other guy without
Yes.
telling him I was
Amazing.
leaving.
Good.
Bless
for you.
up.
That's the
Bless
best
up.
ending that could have
Amazing.
had.
That's what happens in your 40s.
Yeah,
girls.
you're like, bye.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna take this young son and teach him a thing or two.
Exactly. He texted me some days later to hang out again and called me old.
Wait.
I said, "You're right. I'm so old that I went home with a guy even younger than you. Now I have to go to sleep because I'm old." And ended up hooking up with the second guy once a couple of weeks later, and that was just okay.
Oh my God. I love her.
I stand a queen.
I know. Bow down,
done.
bitches.
Queen.
That's amazing.
So
all
fucking
the
great.
applause.
Yeah.
All the applause.
Oh my gosh. I almost took home a 26-year-old one time at a concert.
I think that's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
It's the very, very first concert I went to solo,
Oh, that's right.
and I was there by myself, and I got hit on by a very young kid. He was like 26. He looked like a baby, but he was all about it.
You're like, come home with me, a little whippersnapper.
I would have rocked
Wrecked
this
him.
world. I would have wrecked him. I
Yeah,
would have
many-
wrecked him for everybody else.
And he would be stalking you now. That's weird.
Totally.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
you need that.
I saved him.
you
I
saved
saved him
him.
the heartache.
Yeah.
I don't think 26 is so bad. I was having a conversation like yesterday with Anthony about, we were talking about someone who was I don't remember who we were talking about, but there was like some guy who was like in his 40s and his girlfriend was like 19. And I was like, what? I'm 29 and I'm like,
that could be your child.
I can't see myself. What could you, why? Like a 19-year-old, like why?
What would you talk about?
You know,
right.
I
what would
don't
you even talk about? Seriously.
I don't know. I mean, look, and if it works for you, fine, but
just reminds me of Best in Show where she's like,
we both like soup.
we could talk or not talk for hours.
I love that movie.
Okay, so mine's from Reddit, and it's kind of a long one, but it's pretty funny. Okay. This might be the most insane thing to ever happen to me. Also, probably the most embarrassing. So I hope I don't regret posting this.
Oh, great.
Should probably post on a Heidi, but but if my friends find it, they find it. I'm still processing it. And by the way, I did ask if I could share this, and he was like, totally. So just in case.
This is awesome.
And it takes place in Los Angeles. So
maybe we know you.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, because it's a very small town.
I'm actually kind of like sweating. I'm like, what if it's me?
This is it's a smaller town than you think it is.
It really is.
It's not you.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. I'm still processing it, but I'm on 2 hours of sleep, and it still hasn't hit me yet. I've never ever met someone who was this level of psychotic until last night. Also, sorry, kind of long. A few days ago, I was trying to slut it up on Grindr. Told you it wasn't you.
Shwoo.
Wasn't me.
Okay, good. I can relax and enjoy the story. Okay.
I was trying to slut it up on Grindr and messaged every attractive guy I saw online. There was one who messaged me back, and we got to talking pretty quickly.
I like that philosophy of just like, I'm going to throw everything against the wall and see what sticks.
Hey, we've all had that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, working on you, moving on.
Yep. Yep.
I picked.
Well, even before Tinder, it was the black book or whatever. Yeah. You're like, I just
keep
need
dialing.
to,
keep dialing.
Somebody.
They always make fun of like dudes for doing that now, for like sending like a mass email. They're like, or a mass text where they're just like, I don't know, send the same message to like every girl in your phone. Just see what happens.
Jesus.
One of them will say yes.
Copy, paste. Copy, paste.
Hey girl, send 200.
200. Jesus. All females. All right. Anyway, we got to talking pretty quickly. I picked up on him being using certain terms like brilliant and mates, and asked if he was British, which he replied that he was. We're in Los Angeles, by the way.
Oh my God.
This I like. It's a huge plus for me. I fucking love British accents.
I'm so excited.
I watch an unhealthy amount of Gordon Ramsay videos on YouTube. I fucking love you. So I'm all in right now.
Gordon Ramsay, he like just likes hearing angry British people yelling about food.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even understand what you're saying. It's so hot.
You're so mad.
So hot. Oh, yell it again, Gordon. Tell me again how bad I am. I am an idiot sandwich. We talk a little bit more, and it turns out we actually have a ton of things in common. We're both huge MMA fans, and we both love hardcore music. We decided to exchange numbers and got out of the app to normal texting. He seems a little eccentric to me, but also genuine and cool. It's been a while since I've truly connected with someone at this level. I asked him what he did for work, and he was a bit vague about it. But I didn't want to press on any personal info he wasn't willing to share. He dropped some hints about his life that piqued my interest, such as supposedly getting into a spat with Katie Hopkins. I was interested here, but decided I'll ask for the details in person. We talked practically all day and night for the next 2 days until agreeing to meet at a bar last night. I was extremely nervous about it. I thought, what if he looks different in person? What if he's actually a catfish? What if he's lagging a bit on getting, or he was lagging a bit on getting there, and it was only making me more nervous? Then when he showed up, all of those nerves were totally quelled. He was exactly what I expected. Extremely normal, attractive, and cool. We probably spent an hour just talking before we even decided to go back to my place, drink some more, and play some pool.
Hey.
Yeah. This is when he started dropping bigger hints about his personal life. He hinted something about his family being barons. I wasn't sure if this was a joke or not, but then he told me a bit more about his family and his background. His dad is among the elite of the UK. He's grown up in the spotlight and had public falling outs with his family over political issues, as his dad is closely allied with Boris Johnson.
Oh.
He himself spent years involved in the American music and fashion scene, touring and doing collaborative work with everyone from Blood on the Dance Floor to Andrew WK.
I'm laying bullshit right now.
Yeah,
I'm calling bullshit on
I'm
this.
calling bullshit right now.
I was calling bullshit since the British accent. But I was like, no.
No, sorry, don't believe you.
Red card.
He's not into high fashion, but just signed a design deal with Hot Topic.
Oh. Hey.
It's a hot topic kind of episode.
It is, yeah. He even guest judged on a fashion reality show. This all sounds pretty unbelievable and obviously untrue, but he seemed to have some receipts in the form of pictures that looked sort of like him performing on stage with some of these people. It's also surprising how much of something you'll believe when spoken in a British accent.
Amen. But I mean, also, I don't trust anyone who's pulling out all of this the first time you meet them.
Right.
Like every amazing thing about your life, like you're going to pull it out within the first couple hours of bullshit.
And
all
also,
the name dropping.
all the very like provable things. You can literally be like, and like Google.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Give me
Literally.
the episode number
Yeah.
and season number, and I will find that episode that you guest starred on.
Yeah.
Like, guess what? YouTube exists.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you can't be fooled anymore.
Yeah.
really.
Wikipedia
Won't be
exists.
fooled again,
I
guys.
will Google your dad. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I told him it doesn't matter to me who he is. I don't know about it anyway. I just like him for him, and I for who I see in him. When he drunkenly slipped his last name to me, he asked me not to Google him or look him up until he wants to talk about it. I agreed.
Oh, okay.
In parentheses, lie.
Yes. Oh, yes. Man after my own heart.
You're like, excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom very quickly.
Immediately on Google.
With my phone. No
With
worries.
my phone.
Don't worry about it. I like to take pictures of my pee.
Make sure it's healthy.
I have an app for it. No big deal. I agreed and said I'd rather hear about it from him anyway. And anyway, other than that tabloid shit on the internet, we drank and talked until about 4 a.m. Went to my bed and cuddled to some Netflix before passing out for a couple hours. He Ubered home while I was getting ready for work. So shortly after he left, I decided to figure out what his legal name might be and looked him up.
Same thing.
I searched the last name to see if it was something big in Britain, and sure enough, it was. Very prominent family, but I couldn't find him. So I searched what I thought was his full name, thought his full name was by itself, and found him. He's not from a royal family. He was never involved with music to any significant level. He was likely not involved in fashion either, and his 20 Instagram followers.
Oh, honey.
And he's not even British.
I knew it. I was like, where is he from?
accent-
Fucking Idaho? Where is he from?
The accent was fake. All the slang was fake. He told me he'd moved to the city a month ago and hardly knew anyone. As far as I could tell, he lived here his entire life.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
And he is 31, not 21, like he claimed to be.
Oh, my God.
To be fair, he did look very good for his age. But amazingly, this is not the worst part. His name was easy for me to find for a reason. I found his mugshot on a local news article from a few months ago where he pled guilty to posing as a teenager to have sex with an underage boy.
Oh, shit.
As well as romantically manipulating an older woman into giving him thousands of dollars to support his career.
No way.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He was released from jail exactly 1 week ago.
Oh, my God.
And is now a registered sex offender. It was mentioned that he would often speak in an English accent. Yeah. And it was also mentioned that there might be more victims. There's some other stuff in here that would maybe give this person away. So I'm not going to share all the rest of the details. But isn't that fucking...
I am shook.
Yeah.
Holy
Isn't that
shit.
fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole nother level.
whole nother
Levels. Okay, so this one is a fishing story. Hi. I love it.
Semi-fishing.
Gone fishing.
Yours was catfishing.
Yeah.
This is going fishing.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
No. Okay, and I love that the subject line of this is just fishing. So this came in through our
you and me
website.
Go fishing in the dark.
All I think is just one of those like big mouth Billy Basses. It's just like, take me to the river. Okay. Feeling inspired by all these fun fishing stories, so I decided it's time to share a memory I've tried in vain this far to suppress. This particular deep dive occurred as a result of the first and last time I got ambitious with a boyfriend in a public bathroom.
Oh shit! Oh, that kind of fishing. Oh,
I don't like the waters we're fishing in.
Brace yourselves because it's about to get rough. These waters about to get rocky.
This is not the fishing I thought you meant.
No. Fishing. Okay. That's right. Like one of those family bathrooms that just begs you to figure out all the other ways you can use it. It also bears mentioning that I was currently on my period. But why let that ruin a good beach day, right?
That's
So
that's right.
So we wrapped up our Malibu-fueled sexcapade pretty quickly. I was 22 and he was 19, so it didn't take much.
Yeah.
And went about our business. It wasn't until later, while driving to visit a friend a few hours away, that I had the most horrifying of revelations. What had I done with my tampon? Surely I took it out. I'm not new here. This is not my first rodeo. There's no way I left it in, right? Obviously, I'm playing out all the different scenarios in my head, including, but not limited to, dying instantly of toxic shock.
Yes. Yeah. First thoughts.
I finally arrive at my friend's family house for the weekend and try to play it cool until I can slip away to the bathroom. An initial inspection confirms my worst suspicions, but I soon realize it's not going to be an easy recovery. I decide to wait for everyone to finish getting ready for bed before I gear up to go spelunking.
Oh God.
As I'm sprawled out upside down in a tub full of warm bath water, it takes everything in me not to enlist the aid of my friend's mom, who ironically enough is an OBGYN.
Yeah.
Mom. Friend's mom.
Come in and shut the door, please.
Come in and shut the door, please. I feel like you just unlocked something in me. There's something very familiar about that phrase.
Yeah. I'm sure
Can you come in and shut the door, please?
I think we've all been there. I think I said that the first time. I had a yeast infection, and I was like, I can no longer go any longer without like calling my mom in to be like, why do I feel like this? And her being like, I'll go get you some Monistat. Don't worry.
Come in and shut the door, please.
So you don't do this when you're walking on the beach together? Because I thought that's how you back.
That's totally how you talk about your yeast infection.
Itching sensation.
Burning sensation.
Oh my God. She said, okay.
Don't kiss me with that mouth.
Who ironically enough is an OBGYN. Like, okay, sis, time to break out those giant tweezer things y'all got. After a few suspenseful minutes, though, I managed to rescue the stupid tampon, which had turned all the way sideways at that point. Talk about doing the most.
Oh my God.
Doing the most.
I was doing backflips in her vagina. Anyways, I definitely learned my lesson. Always feel before you kneel. And be careful who you confide in, because your friends will absolutely make fun of you before you're ready to laugh about it yourself.
Yep.
Thanks for reading. Cheers.
Amazing.
Oh, man.
Well done.
Well done.
I love those.
Are you guys ready?
I'm soups ready.
So you got
need more wine for
a
this.
clue about.
I didn't guess it.
I know. Do we need to get more wine? I feel like you'll need to.
Okay.
Yeah, get it. Okay. So we are double recording tonight. So Keegan texts me in the middle of the day and it's like, so
Please give me a hint.
please give me a hint that we're not working on the same thing, which has never happened, but will at some point, maybe
Probably,
someday.
yeah.
And so I gave her a hint and she didn't know. I'm thinking that it's pretty likely that you guys will recognize the story once I get into it, because I believe they did it on MFM. I think that's when it came in onto my radar a couple years ago. I heard it on an MFM episode and I was like, that's fucking bananas. Well, it came back into my purview from a listicle. I wrote it down and was like, okay, I'm deep diving this today. So I'm going to tell you.
And you have notes, which is always like,
Yeah.
I'm like, this shit must be involved if you have notes.
Yeah, this one, I actually deep dove a bit more than I usually do. A lot of the stuff that I got is split between two really good pieces of information. One was a 60 Minutes Australia podcast episode. And another one was from an article from the Sydney Morning Herald by Melissa Fife. So I'm going to tell you guys the story of Warriena Wright and Gable Tostee.
So far, that doesn't sound familiar to me.
Okay. Warriena Wright was 26. She lived in Wellington, New Zealand. She lived with her younger sister. She was like total like gamer nerd. She loved Hello Kitty and conspiracy theories.
So she
and, like,
shopped at Hot Topic.
Yeah, she
Hey,
did.
girl.
everybody was like, she was like a total mom to everybody. She was like the mom friend. She was really like caring, really sweet. Everyone loved her. Yada, yada,
Yeah,
yada.
yeah.
The usual.
Dateline.
So she had been seeing somebody for a little bit on Tinder, and they had recently gotten into a really big fight. And this was right before she was going to a friend's wedding in Australia. She was going to fly to Queensland. So what does she do?
Where was she from?
Wellington, New Zealand.
New Zealand. Okay.
Yeah. So she was going to go on this trip and go to her friend's wedding. She's like, all right, you know what, motherfucker? Reopens Tinder. Starts matching. She's like, I'm going on vacation. Fuck you. You know, I'm going to get mine. So, and this is like 2014. So Tinder was still not what it is today. I mean,
Right.
it wasn't new, but it was still like, you know, people were just starting
people
to get on it.
novelty.
were still meeting in person. I mean, I was like kind of sort of single-ish in like 2013, and it didn't even occur to me to like download the app. So
Right. Yeah. So she gets on Tinder and she ends up matching with 28-year-old Gable Tostee. And
It's actually a really
I
great
know
name.
exactly what this is. Oh no. Okay.
yeah.
Sorry. Yes.
So Gable makes it very clear what his intentions are right away by his first message saying, "You look delicious."
Oh, no.
I don't like that.
Oh, I don't. No.
Don't.
No.
Please.
No.
But, you know, she's mad. She's on vacation. She's like, look, if she's looking for a quick hookup, this seems to fit the bill because his pictures, she thinks he looks like Sam Winchester from Supernatural. He looks super hot. They agree to meet up. Now, she has no idea at this point. He has been with more than 180 women in 4 years that he kept a meticulous log of.
Ew. What?
Of the names,
A
dates, and
gross
details.
piece of shit.
And ranked.
Holy shit. And ranked.
And let's
Oh my god.
let's do the math. Okay, I'm not slut shaming by any stretch of the imagination, but that's
But you're
that's also that's a lot of work.
4
180
years.
divided by 4 is what?
It's
It's
not
40
even the number.
some.
It's the
Yeah,
keeping
it's not the number.
list.
It's
Yeah.
the keeping the
number. It's
list and
keeping the list
ranking.
ranking?
Yeah.
Because then it's not just about. I don't know. There's something very like it's sport to you, and then like that
Yes, it is
grosses me
sport.
out, and I don't like
Exactly.
that.
So they meet at 8:45 p.m. on Thursday, August 7th. At 2:21 a.m., she's dead.
Wow.
Now let's talk about Gable. Gable went to
don't know
private
if I
school.
want
He's
to. I
he's
wanna skip this
from
part.
he's from Gold Coast. So he's familiar with the area. It's private school. He only has like a younger brother and his two parents. And he ends up like with his private school friends making this really popular fake ID business where they're making fakes for people to get into the Gold Coast bars. He's very meticulous.
What's the drinking age in Australia?
I have no idea.
Like, isn't it pretty young?
Yeah, isn't it already like
think it was, like,
19
18.
or something?
Y'all can't just kick it.
Yeah.
Come on.
So he makes fakes. They end up making like over 30 grand before they finally get busted. So as part of like this whole trial and everything, the judge makes him go to see a psychiatrist who describes him as severely obsessive compulsive, emotionally estranged, and personality so disordered as to be partially disabled.
Holy shit.
That's a very extreme, like,
Diagnosis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow.
yeah. So
I don't feel like that's the kind of person that you're just like, okay, well, be
Yeah.
on your merry way. You know what I mean?
Time's
Like,
up.
don't do that again.
yeah, your hour's up. So, I mean, I'll just turn in my report and you have a nice life, I guess. Like, what?
What? Yeah,
real.
exactly. It's been real. Nice to meet you, Gable. But this whole experience like freaks Gable out to the extent that he cuts everybody off, basically becomes a hermit, and gets super into bodybuilding and joins a bodybuilding forum.
That'll make things better.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lots of
Complete
testosterone.
Lots-
and
lots of
complete
supplement.
isolation.
Great.
Do you even arm day, bro?
do you even lift?
bro?
Yeah, exactly. So, and he starts on this forum. They've archived some of his questions. Like, he's a young kid at this point. This is like back when he just like graduated like private school, and he's like asking questions like about the existence of God and like how to make friends and stuff. And it's just like, and then finally what happens is he goes out with somebody, and he randomly gets lucky, or the stars align, and he sleeps with a girl, like, and then that,
And he's like, this is
Triggers
what I do
something.
now. He's like, yeah,
this is all I do now.
my life will be devoted to this.
Yeah, so like,
Sex is my god.
so he finally he like, he's worked out enough that he's good looking enough, and his awkwardness or his just social anxiety comes off as like aloof mysteriousness, I guess. And he's able,
I guess when you're that good looking, it does.
What did
huh?
we fucking say about like good looking people, man? It is almost a disability.
Pretty
Where,
much.
you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
So by December 2010, he had slept with 50 women. June 2012, it had been 100 women. And he posts, we know this because he posts on the bodybuilding forums, and he's like, so ask a guy who just slept with 100 women and who anything, like, and ask me anything, who's also kind of depressed. And so somebody calls him out on it. Is like, dude, like, the only people that brag about numbers like that are super like narcissistic and insecure.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
To which he said, you've made me realize something really pathetic about myself. I think I try to sleep with so many women because to improve my confidence. I was never popular in high school, and I never had a lot of friends, and this is the only thing that makes me
Wow.
feel better.
That's a weird amount of self-awareness.
It is for what his behavior
Right.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
right.
like, if you're capable of this kind of self-awareness, why can't you change your behavior? It's
Right.
strange.
And in between that, he's also been like binge drinking to the point, and driving. So he's been
Great.
pulled over twice, like well above the legal limit. Like at one point they had to use road strips to pull him over. He was going like
Whoa.
195 kilometers an hour, which I don't know what that translates
Me
to
neither, but
miles,
it sounds like a lot.
but it sounds
Sounds
soups
like
fast.
plenty.
Like
Yeah.
70.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, but you know what? 70 trashed is like 150 sober. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. So he's in between all that with the binge drinking, he like wakes up one day and there's like a condom and a random hair in his bed, and he remembers like nothing of the night before, and it freaks him out so much that he starts this weird habit of recording. He records, like, he turns his phone on and he records his nights.
Just the sounds.
Just the sounds. Yeah. Where he's just like, he's so like weird about not remembering. And so
Maybe you drink
instead
less.
of
Yeah, maybe fucking drink less.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Maybe
gonna
like
say.
don't violate the
He's like, no,
privacy
I
of like the
still
people
wanna
you
do
want to
that.
fuck. You know?
I still want to do
Yeah,
that,
I still
but
get super wasted. I just
I mean,
remember what I'm
I know
doing
what
when I'm
case this
super
is
wasted.
now, and so
Yeah.
like that does, it ends up being helpful that he did that,
Yeah.
but like up until that point, it's kind of like question, I mean, wouldn't you guys feel violated? Like, clearly, if you were being video recorded and
I
you didn't
feel
know
like
about it when you were having
I would
sex.
feel violated if I ended up dead at the end of this.
Well, but no, but I mean, like, I'm serious. Like, would you feel violated if you found out someone was recording you having sex, even if it's not video?
Right. Yeah.
Like, without your knowledge.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So how about you fucking drink less rather than like violate the privacy of all the women that you're fucking?
No, he doesn't seem like he might be like self-aware of himself, but from what it sounds like, he doesn't have any empathy, zero, no fucks about anyone else. And it becomes very clear by the end of this that that's true. So, by this point, yeah, he's been recording everything. So he finally meets Warriena. And there's CCTV footage. Like, there's so much of their night together. So you see him. He's like 6'3". She's 5'4". And he like bends down and hugs her. They end up talking for a couple of minutes. They stop into this like liquor store and buy a 6-pack and go to his apartment. So at 8:58, they head to the apartment. They take a bunch of selfies. They're drinking. It looks like they're having fun. She like posts on her Facebook page about finally meeting her Sam Winchester and stuff. And then at 12:56 a.m. is when he hits record. This is where things get weird. And I will tell you that the 60 Minutes Australia podcast episode does play the recording.
I know this.
It's
I've heard the recording.
It's really intense because at this point you can tell these are two drunk people, and you can definitely tell that she is beyond wasted. She's incoherent wasted. And it triggered something in me because I've been that drunk once.
When you killed somebody at a wedding?
Well, yeah. Twice. Okay, twice. No, I got that way because she ends up getting like violent, like gets argumentative with him and aggressive. And that happened to me not the last time I hung out with Handyman, like in a boyfriend girlfriend kind of way.
Yeah.
But I had finally had enough, and we went ham one night, and I cornered him in my kitchen.
I've had it.
Finger in his face, like the whole 9 yards. It was like, he was like, I've never seen you like that. So crazy.
Oh my God, Handyman, right on the story.
We'll keep you anonymous, I swear.
I know.
No one will ever know.
I know. Aww. So yeah, I was just like, when I was listening to it, I was like, oh my God, that must have been what I sounded like. Because she's like threatening to go like do Mai Tai on him. Like she's like,
isn't Mai Tai a drink?
She's like throwing
Muay Thai?
Muay Thai.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say it.
I think it's I don't know.
And she starts like throwing these decorative rocks he has on the coffee table at him, and you can hear it like hit, and he's like, ow, and you can hear him being drunk and trying to put up with him. And then in the 60 Minutes podcast, he's like, I thought she was being like quirky. She wasn't super hurting me at first. Like she kept punching and hitting me, but she's so little,
right?
Like it didn't matter. But then she amps herself up and starts yelling at him like, are you trying to do Muay Thai on me? I'm going to fucking destroy your jaw. And starts like throwing rocks at him. Yeah, she says that.
Yeah. Shit. I don't remember
and then
that.
he finally, they like calm themselves down a little bit. And then she starts talking about there being gods everywhere. And like the stuff you talk about when you're drunk.
Doors.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I've been real drunk. I don't know that I've ever been I see gods everywhere drunk.
Well, I mean, I say stupid shit that I think is meaningful all the time when sober, I'm drunk.
So. I mean, to be fair.
I say weird
they're
shit
around
all the time.
All the time.
So yeah, at 2:10 a.m. is when she starts like throwing the stones, and then he also has this telescope that she takes the clasp off of and is trying to use it as a weapon. And that's when you can hear on the recording, he like restrains her or something because her voice sounds muffled, like her voice is against the carpet or something. And he finally tells her, he's just like, the famous quote, "You're lucky I haven't chucked you off the balcony, you goddamn little psycho bitch." Which is like the worst.
Foreshadowing.
The worst.
Yeah.
So finally then at 2:12, there's the worst part of the whole recording, which is 46 seconds of her screaming 31 times no. Whatever happens at that point, his side of the story is that she had been throwing stuff at him and become violent, and he just wanted to get her out of the apartment. They were closer to the open balcony door than they were to the closed front door, and he picked her up and put her out on the balcony and closed the door behind. And you can hear that, and it supports it, and she's screaming no at this time, and it's bone chilling. It's terrible. I mean, people 2 floors down go out onto their balconies because they're hearing like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. This went on for a while.
Yeah, nobody calls the
No,
police.
but I'm surprised nobody called the cops. Like
nobody called the cops.
I would have called
I would have called the cops.
Yes.
If you hear that, if you hear that recording and you don't call the cops,
fuck
like
you.
honestly,
Fuck you.
honestly, because nobody screams like that. So here's the thing: it's like,
even if not, you're a public disturbance, and I need you to shut the fuck up.
and you've
up. 12
obviously
in the
been
morning.
been screaming and throwing shit for how long now?
Right.
Like
it's time for the police to be involved.
yeah,
in this.
yeah,
exactly.
No
you
matter
call
what the outcome.
somebody
Yeah.
for sure.
So she's out on the balcony. 2 floors down, Nick, Casey, Emily Ellis, and a boyfriend have gone out onto their balcony because they're like, what the fuck is all this? They see Warriena on the ledge 2 floors up. She had climbed over and was on the wrong side of the balcony. And she says, I just want to go home. And he's like, hun, you're on the wrong side. And she's like trying to lower her leg to maybe like get down onto the balcony underneath her. And listening to his side of the story and what he has to live with now, and seeing this drunk girl basically like trying to reason with her to go to the other side of the balcony. And she just like, he said she stood up straight and then just like slipped and fell. And he's like, I could have reached out and touched her. That's how close that she came to me as she fell, and her face like making eye contact.
Oh God.
And I'm just like,
No.
he's like,
That'll haunt you the rest of your fucking
Oh my
life.
God.
You will never, you'll never be the same after that.
No.
So she fell 14 stories to her death, and the phone is still recording up in Gable's apartment. You can hear her scream.
Oh.
And then he goes, shit. Couple seconds after that, he calls his lawyer. That's his very first call.
It's like an odd first call.
Also, like, how long does it take you? Do you know your lawyer's number by heart? Like, I was like, he didn't have to look it up or anything, or maybe he had it programmed in, but he calls his lawyer.
Again, question: why aren't the police called?
He does not get a hold of his lawyer.
Well, did the people downstairs call the police at that point? No?
Nobody calls the fucking police.
So what happens is he spends 6 minutes getting his shit together, and you hear him going, fuck, 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 like randomly talking to himself.
He remembers to call his lawyer, but he doesn't remember to turn off the fucking recording.
Yeah, he doesn't turn off the recording. In fact, it goes on for the whole rest of the evening, because then he gets his shit together and leaves, and he goes out the fire escape. He goes out the back way. You can see him on CCTV footage. He walks around town for like an hour. Until he finally gets a slice of pizza and sits and eats a slice of pizza. And then he calls his dad. And you can hear that phone call too, where he's like, Dad, there was a girl in my apartment and she fell, and there's like 1 million cops around here now. I didn't push her or anything, but I'm really fucked. And so then his dad comes and gets him. And that's where he is when he's arrested, like almost a week later. He never talks to cops. He never talks to reporters. His lawyer tells him, never say anything. And he didn't for 2 years. He didn't take the stand. He didn't say anything. His lawyer's like, here's what happened. Here's the recordings.
Well,
I mean, it's a good lawyer.
And the neighbors saw.
The neighbors saw what happened.
Because here's the thing. He sounds like a piece of shit person. Like
Correct.
he's clearly a bad person. But like,
but these people saw that he's.
It doesn't seem like he's guilty of murder.
Yeah, the prosecution was trying to make it seem they were saying she was so terrified of him.
Yeah, that's what I remember. That's what I remember.
He was responsible for her death because she was so terrified of him. And the recordings clearly show he didn't do the right thing.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, putting somebody on a balcony is not the right answer.
Responsible for manslaughter, which was the other charge that he had, the lesser charge, and he was acquitted for that as well.
I don't think he's responsible for manslaughter either. Same. I mean, like, he seems like a shitty person. But here's the thing. You had two incredibly drunk people in that room. And to be honest, if you had somebody who was of equal size doing to him what she was doing to him.
Right.
I don't think we would be having this conversation.
Right.
Or if it was flipped.
Right.
Because, like, she was hitting him.
Yeah.
Like, and she was throwing shit at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, so, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, would we even be questioning again, what happened in that room?
Call the fucking police. If you
absolutely. His behavior was bizarre and shitty.
It's weird.
They ask him on the 60-minute things, like, why didn't you, like, go out there and, like, look over the side? Just check on her. And he's like, what good would that have done? Literally what he says. What good would that have done?
He's clearly...
Then other people would see me looking, and that's not a good look.
Yeah. I mean, he's clearly, like, mentally, like, dissociated in a really weird way. Yeah. Like,
listening to him talk is chilling. He's obviously, like, he's obviously a psychopath. Like, he feels no empathy. He feels no empathy. None. He felt none for this girl. The only thing he felt is if it affected him.
Right.
He felt scared that he was going to get in trouble. He felt scared that things were going to happen.
He could analyze his own feelings, but he couldn't at all.
No. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you hear his trip, his whole, like, trip, like, walking around Gold Coast that evening, like, him just, like, breathing heavily and, like, you know, mumbling, like, fuck to himself. But he ends up walking for 43 minutes, calls his dad. And it's just, for me, I think I wanted to share this specific story for a couple of reasons. One, not that I was ever super reckless in my Tinder heyday this past year.
Right.
But it definitely is a very interesting app. And I think that a lot of times
it brings strangers.
It brings out really impulsiveness, I think, in a way that, like, I'm not an impulsive person. But I've definitely, I think, ended up in situations where I'm like, why did I?
Yeah.
How did I agree get here?
Yeah.
Why did I agree to this? And it's just it's easy, and that's the reason why I like the whole MFM motto of, like, fuck politeness,
right,
kind of thing,
right?
Because you are meeting strangers,
right?
But we are still, and it's an app culture, but we're still on this whole, like,
right, and yeah, because if she had met up with anyone else, because honestly, he should have, once she started behaving like that, he should have kicked her out of his house.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Honestly,
like, that's what he should have done.
He's the one, and you can hear on recordings, she says she's psycho drunk. He serves her 3 more drinks.
Right.
So if he was a bartender and she'd gotten into a car accident,
he'd be liable
for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not trying to take away, like, blame from him. I'm saying, though, like, you don't know who you're meeting. If you had met up with a genuinely good guy, not only would he not have fed you more drinks when you were that wasted,
Right.
he also would have gotten you out of his house if you were acting like that. Like not on the balcony, like
Right.
gotten you out of his
Well,
house.
and honestly, I think you would have called the cops because that would have been the safest thing for this person because A, you don't want him out in the street
Right.
in this way.
Right,
Yes,
yeah.
kicking him out of your
If you
apartment
had
doesn't...
any amount of like
Yeah.
Empathy.
yeah, or like decent judgment
Right.
at all, you know what I mean? And so that it's true. And I do think there's something like really weird about the culture that we live in right now where we take risks all the time. We get into cars with
Ubers.
people that
Yeah.
we don't know.
Right.
We eat food from people who deliver. Just tonight we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if somebody wanted to be like completely fucking crazy and pull a Tylenol murders and poison all of our Chipotle tonight, they
God.
fucking could have. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just like we take these risks in a way that I feel like, of course, every generation had their risks, but we are actively seeking out strangers and putting ourselves in compromising situations all the time.
Right.
Like all the time. And it's just part of like our normal culture now. Like
Yeah.
it's just the way that we operate, which is weird. Like when you think about it, it is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a reminder for me that like, you know, the Tinder culture doesn't have to, like, from all accounts, not that you shouldn't be allowed to like go home with a stranger after just meeting them if you want to. Do you?
And
like,
people have done that
and
forever.
people have
That's
done
not
that forever,
exclusive to
and
Tinder.
that's fine. But it's just
Definitely not.
yeah, exactly. Tinder did not invent that for sure.
Right. Did not invent the booty call, you
Right.
know, or the
Yeah.
one night
One-night
stand.
stand,
Yeah. But I think that there is something in Tinder that does lower inhibitions a little bit.
Right.
There's something about it that
It's
is
just
very
the
impulsive.
anonymity of the black mirror screen
Yeah.
between you and whoever else.
Yeah, there's something very impersonal about it, and it was a good reminder to be like, yeah, there's still people connected to those screen names, to those pictures, even on your flat, you know, phone screen. Those are still people and deserve to be treated as such. So
Yeah.
There you go.
Good one. Sad one.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Bummer.
No, that's
So what are you guys watching this week?
I know.
So
Mindhunter, hopefully soon.
Hopefully
Hopefully.
soon.
Came out
Yeah,
tonight.
that came out tonight. So
So
we're definitely
excited.
going to watch that soon. I mean, oh my God, what have I been watching? I started watching something. I've been watching Harlots a little bit.
Harlots.
I
Has nothing. I don't know where I even started doing that from. I have no clue.
don't know
It's
about this
perfect.
season. I don't know about this season. I'm like,
Oh yeah. I only watched like one episode this season because I was like, I'm gonna wait. I want more episodes out so I can semi binge it.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched 3.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what it is. It's fine, and I will finish watching it. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I finally started season 3 of Handmaid's Tale. That is worth it. That is
Yeah.
worth it. I watched the first 2 episodes. Oh my God. I mean, you will be clutching your fucking chest the entire time.
Yeah.
It is that kind of show, but it is.
Is this the final season?
so good? I don't know. I don't think they've said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Not
So
sure.
I didn't know if it was because they kept talking about finale. I didn't know if it was a season finale or
Oh.
if it
the
was a
series finale. I don't know.
I think this isn't the final season.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything about it being
Yeah.
the series
I
finale,
heard-
so I don't think so.
I
But
heard you'll be clutching your pearls for that one as well.
I mean, that
I
one
don't
always.
want. I'm trying not to read anything about it because I do want to.
I accidentally caught a spoiler alert, and I actually can't wait for you guys to finish it so I can talk to you about it.
Oh,
no,
shit.
you haven't
Okay.
watched it. So.
No, I haven't.
But you
I
have
haven't
the
watched
spoiler?
it, but I came across a spoiler alert, and I side-eyed a little.
Oh fuck!
So-
Okay.
Hurry up.
All right.
All right.
I'm on it. Listen, I am on it. I'm in it. Let's
I
do
like
this
spoilers
thing.
though.
And then I've been listening to The Clearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
So good.
There you
So
go.
good.
So good. I'm watching Working Moms. Working Moms.
Oh, I've
on
heard that's good.
Fucking hilarious. I fucking love that show. I watched it last year too, last season. It's a Canadian show and it's fucking funny. It's super cute and well done
Nice.
and really thought provoking and well put together. It's good. It's good. The second
Nice.
season's just as good as last season. And I'm literally laughing out loud watching it. It's funny.
I'm rewatching Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
'Cause I
yeah.
fucking love it.
That show's funny.
It's so funny.
I
I
only watched like
love,
the first couple episodes.
love Dan Levy so much.
Right?
He's so
He's
funny.
so funny.
Every meme that has him in it. Every Schitt's Creek meme with him is hilarious.
I love the one where he has the gloves on and he's like, "That's disgusting," because like the face he's making is like all of us. Yeah. Like it's everybody.
My favorite though is someone quoted it on our page. It was like about the folding the cheese with like it's like him and Catherine O'Hara, and Catherine O'Hara is trying to like quote unquote teach him how to cook, and he's like, "If you tell me to fold in the cheese one more time," this whole bit. I'll have to show you the clip, but it's I just love that show.
I love him.
It's so good. They're all really good in it.
Well cast.
Really well
I
cast.
love that whole cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's super fun, worth watching.
Yeah,
so
I need to.
It's very silly. It's a good like palate cleanser.
Yeah,
so.
totally.
Well, if you've got any kind of suggestions, any kind of stories, anything at all, please go to our website. It's a one-stop shop, myworstdatepodcast.com. You can get on our Patreon. You can send us stories. You can join our Facebook group. You can do all the damn things. And we love you so much. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.